Be recording in a second. Everyone have those brochures.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The tickets we have the envelopes here.
Hand them out.
You want to show where people would be
Okay,
sitting?
they're sitting. Don screwed me off. Recording in a second.
Jimmy neither.
You not buying any from him?
No, we know you'll need it.
Hopefully. All right, we're recording. We're good to go. There we go. Okay, I'd like to call to order the, excuse me. Call the order of the meeting of Newington Parks and Recreation, 6:02, it looked like that. And Tuesday, April 16th. Roll call, please.
Sure. Carol Annis.
Here.
Billy de Blasio.
Here.
Trisha Feeney.
Here.
Eileen Francolino.
Here.
Tim Hutt Wagner.
Here.
Bill Moulton. Ed Martian. Nicole Payne. Diana Sarah.
Here.
And Don Woods.
Here.
And the lead, Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Oh, thank you.
We should probably give Tricia a hand for the day after tax day, making it to a meeting, so.
Hey, she was on vacation.
Oh, she was.
That was a bad. That was a bad. call.
I'll never do that again.
And the lead.
That's town council.
About 100 million.
Let's pledge allegiance to the flag.
Roberts of the United States of America.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Someone approve the minutes?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
I
Aye, you got it. Public participation? Just have Tim. it looks like. Okay. Correspondence. The letter from Pam Lavery. He only makes this donation. Well, I think it's more this year, isn't it?
Yeah, it was 100 last year.
Yeah. That was nice.
This is their last.
This is the last year too.
Yeah.
There's no more, Lavery, right?
That's it, last year.
Okay, summary reports. Did anybody have any questions on the monthly report or the tree warden report or?
It's Jamie.
I,
We have executive session, do we?
No.
no.
Did you have any speech?
We have no speeches, I'm just.
Does everyone know Jamie Trevathan? She's our acting town manager.
Yes, I can say it, thank you.
So again, getting back to the monthly report and the tree warden report. Anybody have any questions or Bill, you have anything to add?
No, it's pretty self-explanatory.
New business. 2024 program day.
Okay, so
As usual, it's outstanding.
They just arrived like mid-afternoon today,
Yeah,
so
they're
it's
still warm.
perfect
It's
timing.
beautiful, bright and cheery.
yeah,
Just grab your eyes.
kudos to the whole Parks and Recreation staff. They all put eyes on it. They all contribute to it. And Hadil coordinates it, but everybody edits it, and it's quite nice. It's really something special, and as you know, it goes to 13,500 households. If I could draw your attention to the back cover, Flying Monkey, if you ever want to eat anywhere, go to the Flying Monkey. You just put in $4,800 for that ad for the next 4 bulletins, so it's very generous. of him.
Yeah. If you haven't been, it's a great.
Yeah.
It's really.
Food is tasty, it's really tasty.
Well, I just have one question. I can watch it. Cost of swimming lessons is $70.
Okay.
Which I think is reaching the point where, they've always made a commitment to keep swimming lessons affordable, and it's getting to be a lot of money. I understand that, it doesn't compare to the private lessons that are available around town and the new place coming in and whatever, but if I look at the cost of camp and compared to the cost of swimming lessons, camp is really cheap compared to that. I don't understand why swimming is so much, and I would really like to see that we renew our commitment and not raise that fee for quite some time. I think it's a lot of money. It's getting to be, our town is not demographically the same as it has been, and there's a lot of people who are, I know there's funds available, but it's also very humbling to ask, and perhaps if we could keep them from going up any further, we would be better off. So I mean, it's something, lessons is something that every kid should have access to.
But nobody would be refused if they couldn't afford it.
Absolutely not. No one has ever, under my watch, ever missed out on a recreation program if they didn't have money. I would pay for it myself, or we would use Tony's money or any of the donations. But I can add a couple things. One, as we know, minimum wage went up for 5 years in a row drastically.
Yep.
But now every year it goes up by the cost of living. So now we're at $15.69. So some of these lifeguards are making a ton of money. Not that I begrudge them, because they have a very responsible job. So that adds to the thing. And also the numbers of swim lessons, to try to make it work is small numbers. You have 10 kids, say, in a class, where summer camp, it's a lot bigger, the ratio thing. And then lastly, of course, that our 500 kids that take summer camp get 3 sessions of free swim lessons. So there's opportunities, but I understand your point.
Yeah.
And I definitely understand it, and I will bring that up to Nancy tomorrow, and we'll be conscious of that next year.
Thank you.
Are we in line? Sorry, are we in line with other towns, do you know, or you don't know off the top of your head?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I haven't studied that. Everybody does, some groups do 2 weeks, some do 3-week sessions. So sometimes you compare apples and oranges, but I suspect we're competitive.
Hey, Bill, this is Tim Hutfagner, sorry. That new swim club that's opening up in the middle of the month, I think that's about $40 a session that they charge.
For a swim lesson?
For swim
No.
lessons?
I don't think
For a
so.
swim lesson. Yes, yes.
For how many hours of lessons?
It's for a half hour. It's $30 for a half hour. And they charge you a $40 fee annually. And it's $30 a swim lesson. They charge you monthly.
$30 for half an hour?
Yes.
1/2 hour?
One
Is it a
half hour,
group
yeah.
session or a
I
individual
believe
session?
it's
Okay,
five
Ours is
people.
40. In 40 minutes, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So ours is 2 weeks long, every day, 5 days a week, for 2 weeks for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. Thank you.
I just
Yep.
looked up Beachland Park in West Hartford, and their outdoor pools are $50 for residents and $70 for non-residents.
Not that long.
Half
It's
hour.
the swim lesson, it doesn't say the time here,
How many weeks?
2-week sessions,
And are they open on Friday?
Monday through Friday.
Monday?
Classes are 35 minutes long.
Okay.
So it's $70 for the 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we have.
I think.
I think that's good.
Do we sell out? I don't know what else to call it. Do we like?
No, that's what he's.
We fill out
Doing that.
lessons
We do pretty good. Yeah.
pretty,
If we don't, we either combine the 2 classes, or we cancel them. So we don't waste time or money if it's a group lesson.
We've just always for years had a commitment to keeping
Yeah.
swimming lessons.
Yeah.
up.
I'm not arguing.
No one's arguing,
One,
yeah.
that was the one, like our bottom line,
Yep.
that we said kids need to learn to swim, and I would like to see it not get any more expensive, so it's not prohibited. Because some people, are too proud or too embarrassed or, don't know they can come and ask for a scholarship and they don't want to do it. So, the kids suffer in the long run.
Just to give you-
That's a shame.
I totally agree. I'm not arguing at all. Just to give you an idea, I don't know how many scholarships we gave for swim lessons, but I believe last year we gave $188,000 of scholarships for summer camp. So just to give you an idea that we're not beating anybody up. Yeah.
Did you ever reach out to Stu Leonard to see if they would give any scholarships for swim lessons? Because that's his big thing.
For 5 years in a row, they gave money to the Farmington Red Cross, who gave it to us. So we got $3,500 a year for 5 years in a row. And then it stopped for some reason, and I don't know what. But I can tell you that today, Hadil contacted them in an effort to contact me. So we are opening the lines of communication again, actually today.
Okay,
So-
only because his big thing is.
Oh, yeah, his wife, right. Every year I meet with Blumenthal at Churchill Pool with Stu Leonard and his family, and we take pictures, and she usually introduces a new aquatics book that she's written.
And they just opened up a big aquatics place in New York.
Go figure, because that might have been something for us some years ago.
With solar panels.
Bill, the Catholic parish.
Is
Oh, I'm sorry. Can someone make a motion to accept the summer program?
Make a motion to accept the 2024 summer program guide, including the fees and charges associated with each event, program, and facility.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. Catholic Parish Initiative Partnership.
I brought this up either last month or 2 months ago, just to give you a preview, because I was negotiating with this gentleman in Greenwich, he's a rich town, I forget, down in the Gold Coast somewhere. Anyways, he's very, very nice. He started 9 years with us, 9 years ago with the Life Being Extravaganza, selling tickets. He raises money, millions of dollars, and tries to build parishes or churches and missionaries in poor countries. So anyway, long story short, he's willing to give us $5,000 bare minimum. He'll send us a check tomorrow if he wants. And he just needs a place to take pictures with a big crowd near a stage with a police officer, a priest, and hopefully the mayor. So that will be the game plan. He's going to give away 30,000, 20,000, 8,000, and then 21,000s. And it's pretty cool. A third of the money goes to the Annunciation, which is Holy Spirit in St. Mary's Church. Father Markowitz, is that his name? Markowitz?
Yes.
Something like that, will be here on stage, or actually they won't be on stage because the sound equipment will be too much to go around. So I'll probably make another stage in front of the stage, and we'll use that. And that'll be at 8 o'clock when the mass confusion takes a break. So once they do that, we'll move them over to closer to the beer garden. He'll do the other 20 names, and we'll be off and running. And I think it's a tremendous benefit. And the money will go to scholarships for summer camp and to help defray the cost for every summer kid to go to the carnival during the day on Thursday. So I think it's a win-win all the way around for us. Yeah.
And Carol, you want to make a motion?
Sure. I make a motion to accept the Catholic Parish Initiatives Partnership as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Bill Bond, Parks and Rec Bridge.
Okay, so as I brought to your attention last month, that there's the bridge is in disrepair. We've had structural engineers tell us it's unsafe now. It's, to the best of our knowledge, it's over 50 years, but we're not positive. And so if you watch the town council meeting, they got involved a little bit in the design of, not the design, but the arch. They like the arch idea, and they also like the color to try to be as close to the color. So being sensitive to all that, I worked with the engineering and planning department, two great guys that do good work, yeoman's work here, in my opinion. But the reason why we went with a small arch is because of the ADA. And as many of you know, I'm the president of the ADA Coalition of Connecticut for the last 10 years. So I'm sensitive to the needs, obviously. And what we have there now does not meet the 5% arch grade incline. And it's not good for parents with strollers. It's not good for really anything. So it will have it's called a Cambry, but it's only going to be 1%. The company's willing to do it. And my suggestion is that you leave the color. Now we know the town council wants a brownish, reddish brownish color, clay color. I would say that you leave it up to the engineer and the town planner to use the manufacturer's paint chips and make it as close to that existing color as we have it. And we'll make it safe, and we'll probably do it mid-September. It's going to go in front of the town council tonight to be referred to for, is that 824? Is that the number? 824 approval with town planning and zoning. So I'm looking for you guys to approve the installation of a bridge, leave the color knowing what we're gonna do up to the guys in the administration and go forward from here. We've got, it's all totally paid for by the grant. Just so, this is an absurd number, but I think the bridge itself is $250,000 to buy. It's crazy. I find this should be crazy money. But that's the way it goes. And then we have to bring in a big boom truck. And we have our park staff is gonna clear out a lot of brush and trees in that area to bring this giant boom truck in to lift it up and up, the old one up and then the new one down.
Is it closed to traffic now?
No, it's open.
Okay.
Then our town engineer, I sent you a email, the town engineer approved 40 high school kids to be on it, and take pictures for their prom. He said, don't jump up and down.
41.
Get the 41st.
No more heavy dresses either.
39 and we'll just put the other one in.
41st, I said we were swimmies.
Bill, you wanna make the motion?
Sure. Make a motion to accept the installation of the pedestrian bridge at Mill Pond Park, along with the clearing of the trees and the brush in that area. The town administration will select a brownish color based on the manufacturer's paint samples.
Second.
Discussion? Bill, how long will it be out of service or it won't be out?
Not much, about a week. Yeah, it's about a week's job. If the abutments are good and everything, everything, the way we plan it, it should take a week.
Will there be, I'm just thinking of people's weddings and things like that. Will there be a publication, just in case you're planning a wedding?
That's no.
Photos too?
Yeah, that's a good point. We would have to coordinate that effort. Once Chris gets everything lined up, I'm sure then when he rents the boom truck, we'll have a pretty good handle and we'll have to let people know. Maybe we work around if we have anything scheduled to take pictures at that time. But we know pretty much in advance, right, Melissa, for the book? Yeah. So we should know in advance.
Okay.
But you're right, September's a good, it's a nice wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On their website.
Yeah. There was three, just so you know, just in case you hear this on the street, there were three types of products, a galvanized and a rusty kind. We're going with the painted kind, and the reason we chose that, thank you, Don, for reminding me, is the other material wipes off on your hand for 7 to 9 years until it totally, it's like patina on a bronze plaque. Anyways, painting it is a better idea because if you bring a white wedding dress and you get rust all over it, it's not gonna be fun. Newington Parks and Rec won't get a good handle on at the party.
Probably easier maintenance wise in the long run too.
Yeah.
If you need to recode it.
Yeah.
It can be done.
The last time someone had a DWI and had to do 40 hours, they painted it.
Okay, so I guess we made the motion, all in favor?
I.
Aye. No, okay, motion passes. No more discussion. All right, Bill?
Bye-bye, Jay, thank you.
Thank you. I'll pass it on to the town council. You are into the bridge. You're getting a referred date, that's 24th this evening.
Excellent,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Bill, 2024 summer concert series.
In your brochure, you should have a 32 band set up at both at the municipal parking lot in Mill Pond. As I think I told you before, I think this could be one of the best public band lineups I've ever seen. Just phenomenal what we've got going, and a lot of tribute bands. So Don Woods likes tribute bands, so we had to do some. But he pays big money to go to Westbrook, I think.
Yeah.
But these are free.
What is that?
Yeah, these are free here, so. We got Pink Floyd, Billy Joel, Grateful Dead, and one other, I think. Stevie Nicks, the Nicks, yeah, so pretty good. It's gonna be fun. We have a really good lineup and entertainment is phenomenal.
Which one's Billy Joe?
Uh,
See, we missed the concert, so Jimmy.
Oh, I saw it on TV. That was great. Oh, Robert Chair, I'm sorry.
I think Billy Joel is River Train.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Robert, you want to add anything? He really put the bands together.
Yeah, so I book most of these bands. We get so many people looking to book bands. Usually in the wintertime, my friends bring it out the hook. Book, so you have to turn a few people away, but hopefully you all like would be have one. So
It's a little bit of everything in there.
Okay, Mill Pond Pool update, Bill?
We replaced the wading pool filtration system to the tune of approximately $30,000, and that was ARPA money and some of our own money, but we're plugging away, we're trying to make it work. So it's going okay. I also probably, if we have the time, I'd like to pull I wasn't doing anything because I always kept thinking, well, okay, maybe next year we'll do a pool, but it's getting to a point now where it's dangerous. There's a shaded structure in the wading pool area, and there's big lumps of concrete and metal sticking out, and I swear someone's gonna get killed there, so I'm gonna have the park guys pull it out, and we're gonna put one of those substantial garage kind of tents that you can buy to be a garage at your house. 12 by 20 or 24, and it'll suffice for a decent shade structure for the moms to sit under while their kids are in the wading pool. But that's my plan for now. Also, we're gonna be doing you voted on this already, but we are gonna install that plastic grass on the dirt side of things to make the parents of the summer camps happy. My whole goal is I wake up in the morning and say, how can I make people happy here? So I'm only sarcastic about that, but I try to, address every little issue there is of what we're trying to do here.
Okay, next is the Memorial Day Parade.
Can we talk about the Mill Pond Pool update as far as where things stand for a new pool a little bit?
I think it'd be a short discussion.
Yes, but I just want people to be aware that we did have the chance of getting some money from Senator Blumenthal, some federal funds that were available, and it was a pretty big grant, and for some reason, I don't know who or why, the pool got pulled out of it. And I think it's because people were not 100% sold on where we wanted to put the pool and didn't understand why we wanted to put the pool where it is and that there isn't another choice. So that was very unfortunate. We don't know who pulled the pool or why. Bill doesn't know who pulled the pool or why. Why he was never told is just beyond me. That's why I'm hoping Jamie might have been able to clear that up. I tried last night, but it didn't work. So that money comes available every year. So my hope is that in the next year, we'll be able to put through a plan that meets everyone's wishes. And that maybe, this time next year, that money will come available again and be able to do a little better and be a little better. I think we were prepared, but unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd
not
like to say we
everybody
were
else.
prepared.
Yes, not everybody
There
else.
wasn't one thing they asked for that they didn't get.
Right, I
in writing.
agree 100%, but, I don't know, I don't know what to say.
At what level was it pulled? From here, or was it pulled like at the next level, next review?
I believe from here,
Wait, what are we saying here? What's here?
from the town,
Down
the
low.
town didn't, yes.
Oh,
the
yeah,
town
yeah.
Didn't put it forward.
It's, in my opinion, and I have no really inside information, you probably have more than me, because I'm not really that involved anymore on that side of it. They don't want to accept that's the best location.
But that's.
It's that simple.
Right,
You know,
It's not that they don't understand, they don't want to understand.
Exactly. Well, you know what, if they sat through all those meetings that we sat
Yeah.
at through with the engineer and the scientist, the architect, that is the best place.
Yeah,
for the
I mean,
pool. And I can't fathom,
It truly is a
What-
ridiculous conversation.
what can we do to get,
I think we need to have a meeting with the stakeholders. And explain and sit down and start from scratch and say, look, this is what we just built. We took the borings here, we took the borings there, we took the borings there. This is the only place that it works is over here.
But they already-
and it's gonna look nice, it's not gonna ruin, oh my God.
Right, and a lot of it
It's gonna
is,
look really, it's gonna be continuity.
It's gonna be like a government complex.
Yeah, it's gonna look
Makes
really,
the
it's
most
gonna open up the park even more.
right, and really, it's no farther a walk from the parking lot that's there to what would be a pool than it would be at Churchill. So it's not like we're
And
taking
you're
it
not
over the
walking
holy
upstairs
ground
or
over
walking
there.
up the
that,
It's flat.
It's flat.
Right.
I just,
And,
We'll give you a train ride if you need.
and
that's it. Free train ride to the pool.
Just block off the whole area that would be the pool for the season and say, oh, nobody mind this year.
Yeah, rope it.
Rope it off and
They,
do something else.
Maybe,
with it.
maybe, have you tried staking it out like with ropes so they could visually see where it's gonna be?
I think we painted, didn't we paint?
We did the corners one time, yeah.
But if you roped it off,
Yeah.
so it was higher, maybe they'd understand it's not this
Yeah.
big.
I think we need to like just. I don't know.
There's more to the story that I'll be happy to discuss after the meeting.
Yes.
That's fair.
Sounds good.
Memorial Day Parade,
So we usually put a Memorial Day of Veterans type theme float together. And we have a golf cart that Roderick will man for me this year with our commercial. And we'll hand out 500 free ice cream cones, certificates on the parade route to let people go to the concession stand at the end here. And we'll have our train ride, and our preschool kids will, and their parents will ride in the train. So if anyone wants to march and hand out ice cream, free ice cream with us, that's fine. You'll be welcome to. I know that Eileen pretty much always does it, and you in this year?
I think so. I had an invitation. I, for some reason, I usually dress up as the Yeti at school, and for our school events, I wear the costume and whatever. And so they wanted to know if I wanted to march and parade as the Yeti. It's a little hot. I don't know if I really want to do it. If I could find a kid who would do it for me, I'll come and march with Parks and Rec. Otherwise, I don't know if I could cope. It's could be pretty warm on
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
But
so.
we're gonna be in a room. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know, but I'll figure out a way to do it.
They're closed that week, though.
No, they're not.
No flights in.
That's fine, as long as there's no flights out, I'm fine. You did, huh? Happy to share it.
anything else on that or we're good?
Just, I guess this is a good time to tell you, just so everyone knows, no big deal, but I am going to be going in for a hip replacement on the 22nd of May. So I won't be at the parade, but if you wonder why I'm not there, that would be the only thing that would stop me is a doctor with a big saw.
They'll be having you up the next day walking or later that same day.
Yeah. It's just a little bit more challenging for a blind person, and the reason being is the doctor won't let me use my guide dog for 3 months.
Oh.
And I have to use a walker the first 1 or 2 weeks, and you can't use a blind cane with a walker because your 2 hands are on it. So it's a little bit more challenging, but I'm gonna muscle through it. I will muscle through it. So, but we're making plans in my head and plans in our family to try to make things work, and it'll be, I hope, be patient with me. I'm gonna do the best I can with whatever the doctor says. I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
It's a lot of
recovery, though.
things.
Yeah, there's very little therapy too. My
Yeah.
dad had it.
Yeah, I hear good things,
Yeah.
people all say good things about it.
Much better than the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say. Good, okay.
Well, good luck with that, Bill.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Creative playtime, preschool graduation.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to feel good, come to the graduation and what is it? It's a Wednesday night. June 5th.
Wednesday, June 5th.
June 5th, yeah. They're moving it into the gym to make it even bigger and nicer and more coordinated. But I make it an effort to go every time, and it's just, it's amazing to have the 3 to 5 year olds, the 5-year-olds graduate, so they get little caps and gowns and they sing songs. They sing thank you songs to their parents and their grandparents for bringing them up, and it's a cutie for sure. And then they get free ice cream, and we'll have all the games and set up on half of the gym on the other side, and they'll have some kind of food and things like that. So it's always a good time if you want to see something, fun.
Special events at Mill Pond,
Yep, they're,
13th, June 13th and 14th.
yep, 13th.
the volunteers thing.
Okay, so we have the sign up sheet if you want to volunteer for beer and wine sales. We made a really unbelievable deal with Happy Harry's, where I can't thank Kamal. What's his last name, Sam? Patel.
Did you forget that?
Kamal Patel is just, he has supported Parks and Recreation for many, many years with us here. But this year he went above and beyond the call of duty. So We have a new plan, that will make us more money. The beer distributors are lacking money now and they can't do as much as they used to. So they started charging us, they reduced to no money donation and then $150 a day for the rental of the kegs, the cooler, and then X amount of dollars for CO2 each day and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, long story short, we got together with the salesman of the distributor and Kamal and our staff, and we decided to go to 12-ounce beers in cans. And Kamal is going to underwrite the cost of everything.
Wow.
So 4,000 cans of beer and wine. And the point that everyone brought to our attention is craft beer is going down.
Yeah.
And RTDs, they call them, ready to drink
Yeah.
drinks or
Yeah.
cocktail
Yep.
drinks. So we're moving our thing to, instead of just craft beer night, it's gonna be craft beer and cocktail tasting night. And Kamal's gonna underwrite the cost of that too. So, and he already took 100 tickets to sell. He's committed to getting 500 people to come to the craft.
Wow.
craft
Nice.
night.
And they have the flyers as well.
Okay, did they have them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got flyers on it. So, yeah, so it's exciting. It's really, really exciting. I'd say that Kamal is in for a minimum of 7,000, maybe a swing of more than that, 15,000. So, if you ever have to buy booze, go to Happy Harry's because he deserves our business for sure.
So for the 13th and 14th, besides, are we gonna have like a canned seltzer, like hard seltzer?
Yeah, we'll have everything we had in the kegs, but
We can't.
in a can, yeah, and plus the cocktail drinks. It's pretty nice, yeah.
So,
I guess all we're gonna have to do is pop the,
no, but to, like for people.
To set up
with
enough-
Flavors, it's hard.
Set up enough
yeah,
Yeah.
coolers with only certain flavors in each cooler,
Right,
so
yeah.
just
Little
people know where to
discount.
go.
Yeah.
Yes,
We can
people-
take a picture of all the things, because he's probably has them at the store.
That's
Line them up, take a
Yeah.
picture, print it.
Yeah.
And then put
It's
it there,
hanging
like,
on the front of the
Yeah,
tent.
that's a good idea.
People can see it before they even
Yeah.
get to.
Yeah.
This way we're not
Sure.
putting cans out on the table too, because people think they can take those.
Yeah.
They have one.
Yeah.
And they do, yeah, we
there's
will
water over
we
everything.
recycle,
Yes.
but at least if they know, because they're like, I want a watermelon, I want a.
and then we could put little signs on the coolers like this flavor and this flavor on here and.
Or even just get an empty one and we can screw it into the bottom of a piece of wood and place it somewhere.
that's the handyman we know.
We can do that. I can stop and see him if you know what it is.
Yeah, we'll get you those.
That's a good idea.
And you know, the other guy, Star Distributors has donated the signage, so they make signs for us too.
Bill, not to, I think the 14th, I do believe it's the 14th.
Yep.
Oh, it is graduation,
Yeah.
but I also believe it's the kickoff of the summer reading program at the library.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow.
Perfect.
Well, they should.
Parking is
They should-
at a premium.
Check with you.
Well,
They can have their parking and we will park
Raffle
down
off
below,
spots.
right?
yeah.
Great.
Sorry.
Well, it's, good community sponsor.
There you go.
Lot of
They can read and then come have a drink.
good things happening in Newington.
There you go.
On June Thursday.
So life being an extravaganza. Bill, you want me to go over each one individually? Fireworks, food trucks, et cetera, and so on?
Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill's here. Go ahead. Good. Hey, Zach. Is there a chair for him?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so the fireworks contract, we did, Jamie signed it and we're all set there. Roderick had that locked in. Roderick likes the music. I don't like the music for fireworks, so I'm gonna win tomorrow. Only kidding, Roderick. But, yeah, I'm more in the patriotic, traditional like American music, so we're gonna get the DJ to fix that up for us from the fireworks company out of Pennsylvania. We'll come up with a compromise. Roderick will get some of his songs and I'll get some of his. So what's the next one?
Food trucks.
Food trucks, I think Nancy said she was about 15 of them so far for the staff meeting. So 15 at, I think $1,400 for the 4 days is, we're in pretty good shape there.
I think she said 19.
Yes,
19?
She said 19 for the June events.
Okay, 19 for June 13th and 14th, 15 for Lake Bean.
A lot of the same trucks come back, but you had some really good trucks last year.
Yeah, she has the same list now and, the people that liked us, they come back.
okay.
Yeah, that soul food guy was really good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the guy that made the grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. Oh,
With short-rib grilled cheese.
Yeah, good.
Pulled pork.
And then he wonders why he had a heart attack.
Did you hear?
No. No heart attack.
It was one day.
That part might be true.
One more vacation.
Give me some extra cheese in that sandwich.
You know what, for the time, I'm by there 2 days, I'm gonna risk it.
Yeah.
It's like having a hot dog.
Yeah.
Everybody says, oh God, don't even, one of my friends says, every hot dog you have takes a half hour off your life. Seriously? I figure I should be dead.
At the end, you're gonna want a couple anyway.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's un-American.
That's funny.
A turkey hot.
It's only 20 minutes.
No, I'll give it an advertisement, the best hot dogs ever, Omaha beef. I'm telling you
Very
right,
good.
if you buy those things, you'll never buy another brand.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're stupid expensive unless you buy them on sale, and they're always on sale.
yeah.
But they're good.
They're good.
It might go on.
They're like a £4 or something.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so much for that.
Now we're all hungry.
Sundays on Wednesday.
Yeah, the church is in, where I believe their sponsorship was $1,000. Once Sam gets the write-ups and everybody signs the agreements, we'll present them to you, but our verbal agreement is $1,000 again, and I think we do like 175, 200 ice cream sundaes, and they bring like 20 volunteers, and we set up the tent, and we have 20 different toppings, and it's really a fun time. People line up and it goes like that. I mean, it's in 20 minutes, the ice cream sundaes are all made and people are saying, oh, I came late. They have a lot of tiny tears, but that's the way it
Bill,
goes.
my tears aren't that tiny.
You snooze, you lose on that one.
Yeah.
Watch out, they'll start picking on you.
What's going on on the table?
Craft beer and cocktail tasting.
I kind of told you that already. You know, what's really interesting is there's a woman from Newington, Trish Newhouse, that's a leader at the lodge, like Elks Lodge in Rocky Hill, Weathersfield. Anyways, they gave us like 8 or maybe 6 to 8 volunteers for the craft beer last night, and I think she's up to 12 people volunteering already. So we're gonna have a good number of volunteers, and I asked her if she would help us out on the 13th and 14th too. So let's see, people are starting to have fun at our events too, which is nice.
Bill, are we gonna keep it on the basketball court?
Did I skip over?
We're gonna start at the grass if it's not wet. And then if it's not raining, we'll go to the basketball court. If it's raining, we'll go to the gym. That's our strategy.
So you got me so nervous about cheese, I skipped over the bring your own cheese. I didn't want to bring it up.
Right, you don't want extra cheese.
No cheese.
So Kamal Patel from Happy Aries is gonna sponsor that too. And I think we gave away, I don't know, 800 glasses of wine in that Thursday night. So it's the bring your own cheese. It's kind of funny. Instead of bring your own chair, it's bring your own cheese. And then we give you a free glass of wine. It's from 6 to 7 o'clock, happy hour. And then after that, they'll pay for it. But it's all good. I mean, it's really fun. It's social. It gets everybody chatting and talking, and it makes, I know I saw a lot of neighborhoods just putting lawn chairs together in circles and just enjoying each other's company and having a drink. So it was nice.
So the wine is, for the first hour is on the house?
It's free.
Oh, okay. It's great.
Any more discussion on the craft beer and cocktail tasting, ticket sales? We got our tickets.
Yep.
It's, everybody knows it's not mandatory.
Yeah, you
that
don't have to do it.
Sell all the tickets. If you sell them, great. If not, that's fine. Who's this?
It just helps a great deal to sell the tickets for us because we want to get a full house and it's a ton of, it's pure profit for the fireworks. So if we sell the tickets, it's pretty darn good.
It helps the plan for the
Yeah,
quantity too.
for the amount of food, of beer and wine and cocktails to get. I think we're gonna add music if we're not in front of the stage. We'll have music and we also will have some kind of snacks too, so that'll work out pretty well. We also just got a slushy machine and we might fool around with the idea. We figured out online today that you get a gallon of water, a quart of wine, and a quart of syrup,
Yeah.
and it makes a wine slushy in this machine. So we may have those for the craft beer.
Wasn't
night.
somebody selling that?
Yes, there was a truck last year and everybody raved about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he charged $16 a cup.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
people were buying them.
Yep, but we made an unbelievable deal with him. We got 40% of it.
Oh, that was
So,
really.
plus he gave us the 1,400 to be there. So it was a great deal. Brian Bunting, he's a old-time friend from 45 years ago. I did his, this is funny, 45 years ago, I did his 3-year-old daughter's birthday party as a clown in Warrenton. That's how I met the guy. And I've been friends with him. He's done every event I had in New Britain, he does it here. It's crazy.
Can I ask, how much are the tickets for that we're gonna be selling?
They're 25 in advance and $40 at the gate, at the
Okay.
door. So the selling point is, hey, buy them from me, you get them for, cheaper.
Almost half, right? Okay.
Eagle Park, Bill, update.
Eagle Park is completed today, the rubber surface, I can't believe it, they brought in about 12 to 15 workers, they worked like crazy. And the rubber surface is tan and black, and it's completed. We have our senior citizen, Tom Guzzo, our hall monitor is over there supervising so that nobody walks in the wet rubber to make footprints or put their, Phil's name in there or something like that.
Wish I knew earlier.
Maybe that's where he was.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could have been there.
I
Yeah.
know.
That's why you were late.
Yeah. So it's gonna be nice. The only thing, a little bit of delays with the contractor. The highway department's gonna do our one handicap spot for handicap van access. That'll be next month. And then our contractor will come back for a cornhole paver bricks like we did at Beechwood, but that won't be until late August, September. And we're gonna also pour a 12-foot by 12-foot concrete pad and have, if you've seen them at resorts, sometimes if you went to Aruba or whatever, they have these giant chess and checker things, and we're gonna have that up there too, so. And Willie's gonna fix the fence behind, put in a permanent fence instead of the temporary one to see if that helps with the pickleball balls that are going into the wooded area. Oh, yeah, and we bought 9 planters, giant planters, and we're gonna there's 4 entrances to the walking paths at Eagle Park. Everyone will have planters that will stop cars from driving in, but they'll also be beautiful because our park guys are gonna put in beautiful flowers. So, all in all, that neighborhood should be very, very happy. I think Eagle Park is gonna look sharper than anything I've seen in a long time, so it's
So
good.
where's the handicap parking space?
When you're on Eagle Drive,
Yeah.
you're going up from Fenn Road.
Yeah,
So there's the walking path.
Yep.
The walking path is 10 feet wide.
Yeah.
The resident rate, the town owns 30 feet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to the left of the path 6 feet.
oh, okay.
So the van pulls in there, we're gonna saw cut 2 feet in of the path, so it looks perfect, match up the asphalt. And then the walking path will have the 8-foot hash
Trucks,
marks.
yeah.
Yep, and
Okay.
that'll be it.
Okay, I was just wondering, because there's no, at the other 3, there's not.
Right, there's nothing, yeah.
Okay.
That's it? Okay. Newington Youth Soccer Tournament, June 15th and 16th.
Yep, just so everyone knows, Phil did it a long time, I've done it a long time, a lot of people here have done youth soccer tournaments, but there's a lot of fields, our park guys do a wonderful job, and it's, I think, 110 towns from all over, and some Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New York, so that's nice, it's good for Newington, and it's a good fundraiser for Newington. Chester's concession stand is also getting a facelift. We're putting a garage door selling window on the other side, so parents they couldn't see their kids playing while they were in the concession stand, so we had to open up the window. So
You know, to be honest with you, I think one of the big reasons was they never knew Chester's was open, because they were all on the soccer field
Yeah.
side,
yeah, that's true.
and the window that's open is on the road side.
Yeah.
So they just look at it like it's a bathroom,
I don't know why anyone
Because-
put the window.
because they go there for the side for the bath. Yeah, ask Tom Bowen, that was.
I was gonna say, that was
Yeah.
Tom's thing.
Yeah, because at the time Tom told me they thought the balls were gonna start hitting people as they were trying to order food.
Oh,
which doesn't make sense.
Okay. Well, we love Tom, right, Tom, if you're listening.
Yeah, Tracy saw him at the Dick's Sporting Goods over by the mall the other day, which she didn't know that he knew her, so she didn't say hi.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him. Long time.
I haven't seen him in a while.
He built a house in Rhode
I was
Island.
gonna say they moved.
Yeah.
Oh, he's, that's
They
where he is now?
do, they still live
Oh,
over
they
there.
still have it?
I thought they sold that. No. He's been sick.
Newington Cross Tournament, Saturday, June 29th.
Yep, the next weekend, we're doing a big national tournament. We're dealing with a lady in Colorado. And there's a local guy in, again, kind of near the Gold Coast. But the cross will be alive and well here in Newington, and we'll use 6 fields, and it's great. It's just gonna be good for you. And our youth lacrosse kids get involved. They either score, keep, or referee, or do markers or whatever. So they make a little extra money too. Okay.
Next, the Churchill Park scoreboard.
That is, let's see, the iron girders are up. Now we need we can't find electricity. That thing is so old, we can't figure out, we can't get electricity to the darn thing, so.
Windmill in the bottom.
Yeah. So.
panels?
Yeah, solar panels, we'll get Carol over there. So, but we're now gonna dig our own trench from the back of, well, kind of like the first, third baseline of the softball field, go on the outside and take a hard left and get in there, and then, we're gonna pull our own electrical wires, put a plug in, and then we'll plug it in that way with fresh new electricity. But it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna take like 12 weeks to get that board because this is a busy time of year for scoreboard people.
Netting and signage at Memorial Softball Field.
Yeah, let me just go back one, Saputo's sign got delivered today and it'll be put up Friday. Just to let everyone know in case you want to see that one at Clem Lemire. That's really nice. Okay.
Put the picture
Yeah.
of the sign.
It's up there?
Yeah.
It's up
Okay,
there.
great, excellent. What was the next one?
Netting and
Netting.
signage at Memorial Softball
That's the
Field.
one I need.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So some of you guys saw the letter that was complaining back in October. And I worked on that day. I started October. It must have been a communication problem with the president or the Little League people. I don't know, whatever happened. But anyways, the netting, the fence was up, the poles are up. We were waiting for this custom design netting. And it got delivered at 4 o'clock today to Willie's Fence Company, and he's gonna put it in tomorrow. So that'll take care of that. And then we have signage. This is a new sign. Would you mind reading that?
Sure, it says, caution, you are entering an area with active ball fields. Please be aware of objects leaving the playing fields. By entering this area, you assume all risk and danger incidental to the sports games. Please supervise your children accordingly.
So I worked with a Mike Phelps guy from softball, and we found some of this sign in West Hartford. We found some other wording there in Google across the country. So we're putting these in now. We think they're pretty good, and I guess we have to inform parents to supervise their kids. So we're putting a couple at the playground at Clem Lemire. We put some at Churchill Fence because sometimes I've heard softballs go over from the playground to that playground over there at Churchill. So anyways, I don't think it hurts to identify more safety and more encouragement of taking care of people. This netting, I don't know if I think it's going to be helpful. It'll give people an opportunity to go from the bleachers to the concession stand at the softball field and feel safe. And I think that's the experiment. It's strictly an experiment because these fields have been this way for 35 years.
Yeah.
So, but again, we try to go that extra mile to be ahead of just not the minimum. We do the extra here. And I believe this is extra, but I think it's going to be good.
Well, no, you're being proactive
Yeah.
instead of reactive, which is important.
Bill, is the netting that you're putting up between Memorial and Legends?
No, it's just Memorials. You know where the bleachers are at Memorial?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
that-
where it drops down a
Yeah.
little, okay.
Yeah, and we placed the poles up a little bit, so if the balls hit it, it'll go this way. And then I raised 6 more feet the fence, so they can't get foul balls even from the field.
Okay.
So that, it should be pretty good. I mean, and it's expensive. It's probably over $15,000. But I only got the, see, I promised in October I'd be looking into it, but I'd have to find the money. Well, as you know, things would have it, Saputo's came up with 50 grand and we had that money in the CIP account from the town. So we just flipped that money over to the netting and it worked out. So thank you, Saputo's again. Hey, they have cheese too. Over there. Cheese.
It's cheap. Newington Little League ADA issue.
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 All right, I'm gonna just talk softly about this. So we have a situation going on, and I want to tell you about it because I think it's important to know just basics. I don't want to get too much into the weeds of it, but in case you hear on the street something. So allegedly, two profoundly deaf parents go to sign up their profoundly deaf 7-year-old daughter to play Little League softball. And they were asking for an American Sign Language person to be hired or whatever to provide during the softball instruction and during the games. And for those of you who've know anything about American Sign Language, one, it's hard to get them. And two, it's $150 an hour, 2 hours minimum, and $150 for travel. So that's $450 every time you can come to practice or a game. However, the ADA is pretty clear on that you can't discriminate against people to play. They have to have equal rights. And the Little League said they only charge $30 to get into the softball team. The government doesn't care. You know, the ADA doesn't care how much money it's costing you to provide a reasonable accommodation. So a representative of the parents went to social services to file a grievance. Before they filed the grievance, Carol called me and said, would you mind getting involved in researching this? I have a great friend out, Len Sandler, he's a lawyer and he's the department head of all law at University of Iowa and an expert in the ADA. And I met a friend, Bill Gowen, he's a deaf lawyer in Georgia. Well, I did some research and found out that Little League has lost a lot of discrimination cases in the past. So they're not standing on good graces with, people. So long story short, we're trying to make what I would consider a workaround of effective communication, right? I'm a proactive guy that's going to try to be a problem solver instead of a problem maker. So the Little League came to me and said, could you fix our fire suppression system? The fire department, the DJ won't approve it unless we do certain things to upgrade the system. I don't have any responsibility to fix their concession stand. However, I did find some facility money to the tune of $3,000 and made a gentleman's agreement with the president and the vice president that if I gave you the $3,000 and hired the company to fix it, would you use the $3,000 to hire American Sign Language people? So I think that's what's happening so far. And then the other thing is, I talked with Mike Phelps, and I said, why don't we make up signs that say run to first base, run to second base, have some effective communication with the coaches using a common sense approach instead of the paying, professionals. It takes 7 years to learn American Sign Language so that you can get to a high level of payment like that. And then we met with a lady in Arizona on Zoom, and she travels back and forth to West Hartford's school. Yeah. And she's working on getting volunteers for us. And I suggested to the Little League that if you get volunteers, give them a $100 bonus to, one of these gift cards or a restaurant or something to encourage them to keep doing this and helping us. So anyways, that's where we're at as we speak right now. I don't know too much more than that, but I haven't had any more outrageous complaints or anything. So I think everyone's trying to get on the same page. And I'll tell you why we're all getting on the same page. There's one line in the ADA is about this thick. It was signed in 1990, July 26th, under President Bush. Has one sentence. Title II entities cannot provide significant resources to a Title III entity that's being discriminatory. So there's 5 titles in the ADA. Title II is government. We're Title II. We're at the highest level of requirements. Title III is public entities. A place like Stonehenge is a public entity. Restaurants are public entities. Little leagues are public entities. Well, if Little League is being discriminatory, which is Title III, Title II cannot give them significant resources. So that means I would have to pull every Little League and every softball field away from Little League. That would be a nightmare. That would be a civil war here in Newington. So not a good idea. But using that sentence got me their attention, right? I got their attention now, and they realize it, and they're starting to work together. So I think we're going to avoid a major problem, and I think we're going to solve some problems. But it's not going to go away. If the girl loves softball, she's probably going to play until she's through high school. So I think we have to consider doing something in the future.
Has there been any discussion with the Little League folks on maybe trying to figure out a way to raise money? Because you gave them $3,000 this year.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have $3,000 every year.
No.
To give them.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a $3,000, well, potentially a $3,000 a year.
It's 10,000 if you go to every game and every
Yeah.
practice. Yeah.
So who has that discussion? Us or
I think it's a good point. See, this was strung on us at the last minute, right? The kid signs up and the season's starting. But I think what we should do, or maybe I should do, if it's okay with you guys, is have the conversation with the Little League people and say, what should happen is they should increase the Little League fees by, say, $20. And if there's 300 kids at $20, there's $6,000 for them, because you can't charge a kid with a disability more money than the other kids. It has to be equal. So that's what my recommendation would be. If you guys have general consensus of that, I'll move forward with that idea. If they give me flack about it.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
I think you gotta have a conversation with them, what their, what their needs are with regards to what their priorities are. They could add a line item for $20 for the registration fee. There could be 3 or 4 other items right now that are super pressing to them, I don't know, that they want to put towards as a line item toward the registration fee. So it might be important to know, okay, this is $3,000. How are you guys going to handle it? As opposed to trying to solve it for them.
Yeah.
You say, this is here now, but next year we're not going to be here to help you. And potentially here's some ideas, but it's up to them to come up with that money.
Right.
It really is. It's not, I don't know if Little League is set up different than soccer, but we would never come to you for, first of all, repairs. But what I'm trying to say is we wouldn't come to you for this kind of legal issue. And I don't know how you guys are related to Little League, where if you guys are on the hook, or if it's just that you guys can't be supplying soccer or softball fields to someone who's being discriminatory. Is that, I would just say to them, listen, you're gonna lose your soccer fields, your softball fields, because this girl could go anywhere.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose this, and you need to address this, and you need to find out how you're gonna create funding for this.
Right. Yeah.
I would also suggest to them that they work with the families if that family is just drawing a line in the sand and saying, we're only gonna go with the American School for Deaf.
They're not like that.
Yeah, so
No.
Do they have somebody now that they use for certain things?
See, we have another deaf girl playing, but her parents can hear. So we let them go out on the field and sign language and help the girl.
Yeah.
Which that's common sense too.
Would they help? Oh, they're not on the same team though.
No.
Isn't there like a cousin or someone that's a family member that they could
would tell her to stop.
enlist help to go out on the field with them? Like, I thought that would be the natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, when you sign your daughter up, if you have
Somebody that communicates with them now.
communicate with your child, someone that your daughter trusts,
Yeah.
But I think that Phil's, tell me if I'm wrong, but you're doing this because this came up last minute.
Get out of a
And
jam.
you're just trying to help them get out of a jam this year.
Yes.
And they're aware of what potentially could happen if this young lady continues to play.
Yeah, I think I have to be more clear though.
I mean, because.
Yeah, they want to be the last minute again next year.
Yeah,
It could be
the
any
likelihood of
sport.
another sport.
And
Exactly.
once they know that this is going on, I mean, there might be more. Like, how about like college students, like
Yeah.
seniors who are
So I was gonna say,
Signing. I mean, because one of the UConn basketball players.
Yes, that's what she does. She's a major.
there's a program at UConn, because Julie took classes up there.
Yeah.
And she.
It was,
really rusty, but,
DeBerry?
there is a program at UConn.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I would suggest is maybe ask Maureen, because there must be somebody that they use in school, you know,
Yeah.
for a student who's.
Oh, yeah, because if they take a phys ed class and
This
they're.
lady
running-
Danielle, she's like the vice president. She's doing a lot. She's a paralegal. She's really doing a lot of effort. She
Yeah.
did call the school system. And this lady from the American School for Deaf sent out over 350 emails to people that are taking the classes.
Yeah.
All at UConn and Central,
Good, okay.
everywhere. Yeah. So we're banging banging hard all over the place.
I don't know if they need credits for extra,
Right.
so they can.
The other thing I thought about was a GoFundMe page. You know, I bet there'd
Yeah.
be people in Newington that would, people
Of
anywhere
course they would.
that would donate to that.
I mean, we pay for one where I work because we have a staff member that's deaf working with people with disabilities. And so they communicate that way with her, but we pay for the sign language person.
It's expensive, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah. And you have to do it.
We have to do it.
Yeah, yeah. That's what people
Whenever
don't
she
understand.
works, so does this other person.
Yeah,
Yeah, they might have to cut something from their program
Yeah.
and then to pay for this.
Yeah.
As opposed to doing a line item, you know, it's, they really need to get, it's not hard to get creative on this.
Yeah.
You just saw what happened here.
Even if they just had their kids sell stuff.
But
Everybody else does.
I see a lot of my job is to keep you guys out of it too, right? So this could be a national, channel, NBC, Channel 3, whatever, if it goes wrong. If it goes sour, it's not good. So yeah, you want to solve the problem if we can, because it just.
But if it goes right, you can also put it out there for other towns. You don't have to do it publicly, but you
Yes.
can communicate to other towns.
Yes,
As long as you feel like somebody's not making their problem your problem,
right.
and that you feel as though they've done their due diligence in trying to solve for this.
Yeah.
As opposed to just dropping on your lap right now, and then in a year say, okay, what have you got for me, Bill?
Yeah, I mean, there's a route they could go, right? They could file a grievance with social services, and then they could call the Department of Justice. And if they came here, we would lose, hands down.
Of course.
As innocent as we be, would look best.
Yes,
I know there's one resident that works at the school for the deaf. She's a teacher there, right here in town. Mrs. Maselli. I mean, maybe you could reach out to her and get some ideas from her.
Yeah, but I think what Phil is saying, and I think Bill, that should be Little League, you should
Right,
reach
right.
out to those people.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we get dragged into
Right.
it,
Right.
now it's our
but now
problem.
we're responsible.
So,
because some of the leadership was telling me, we're a nonprofit, we're not responsible, we don't have the money. I said, all that's.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
doesn't work.
That can be taken away just like that.
Yeah,
That's
You're a
what
separate entity.
they said that during COVID, but everybody figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to kind of adjust.
right,
And if you can't do it, then someone's gonna replace you and they're gonna do it.
yeah.
You're
And that-
right.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they're a nonprofit.
It's kind of a downer, but I did want to bring it to your attention because I'm sure you're going to hear some rumblings from people that are upset about it. Some people can't understand the ADA. They just say, that's ridiculous, and they they shut it down and say, we don't have to do it. And
No, you should. They should.
nowadays,
Okay, well, good luck with that.
yeah.
Facebook video automatic paint machine.
Okay, so I don't know if some of you saw it or not, but we have the video. I don't know, I didn't check today, but what, 1,900 people saw it or something?
Yeah, a couple thousand.
Couple thousand now, yeah.
My name is Bill DeMayo, and I'm the superintendent of the Newington Parks and Recreation Department. And we're standing out here on the north soccer fields of Newington High School off of Willard Avenue. And these are 4 of the soccer fields that we take care of. Our park staff is unbelievably good with fertilizing and aerating and mowing and all kinds of things, getting sports fields ready for Newington High School and for youth lacrosse and youth soccer and all the other youth groups that use it nights and weekends on top of what the high school already uses. But I'm standing here with my good friend and also park staff, Eric O'Neill. He's actually celebrating his 20th year with the Parks and Recreation Division, the Parks Division of the Parks and Recreation Department. So we're so happy you're here. Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing? Okay.
Great.
Okay.
It's a beautiful day, and we're going to be able to demonstrate something that I think everyone's very interested in.
Well, that's the thing. The reason why we're doing this today is so many people have been asking us about the robotic paint machine. And I figured, you know what? Why don't we just quickly do a Facebook Live so that people can see what this thing's all about? Because we were the first one in the state of Connecticut to get one last year. And now all the towns are following suit and getting it because, boy, we're cutting down time, staff costs, maintenance costs, material costs. We don't waste any paint whatsoever. And this thing is really, really neat. We saw it at a conference, and it's automated, computerized. It goes by satellite. And what it does is Eric programs into it every single field, lacrosse, soccer, football, etc. And then we just take it out of the truck, and then we're going to go through we have a tablet here that Eric uses, and it goes over the different lines and paints it for us automatically. So with that, Eric, what do you have there? Is that the tablet?
This is the tablet. I've already programmed all the dimensions that need to be for the soccer field, for field number 4. So once I program it in, it'll print out a field and show where the device, the paint machine, will go as it paints. It's supposed to be the best way to do it, the most
efficient way,
convenient and efficient way to do it. Once we load it up with paint, which it's already loaded up, all I have to do is push a button and the machine will just go automatically to the first line that it's programmed to go to.
This thing is unbelievable. I feel like the Jetsons, for crying out loud, on the cartoons years ago.
So if you look, we have a empty field with no lines on it at all to start with. And now we're going to actually activate the machine, and it will start painting from wherever I've got it set up to go. Okay. So I'm going to push the button.
Excellent.
And enable the automatic drive, start. So you're going to see it start moving. And it's going to it's moving right now. It's going to go to the first line that it's programmed to do.
So it's got all the 4 corners already pre-programmed.
Everything's in.
Everywhere where the 18-yard line is, the midfield, the circles.
Yep.
What I was totally impressed with, Eric, and I don't know if you are or not, but when it did a circle, when the guy came here, the salesman, to demonstrate it last year, I said, there's no way this machine could go in a circle and end up exactly at the beginning of where they started.
Yep.
And sure enough, it did.
It did.
It was unbelievable.
It's going to start painting now. It's gotten to its first spot. Now it's going to turn. Now you're going to start seeing it paint. I'll show you if you want to look really quick. There's going to be a red line that shows up on there, and that's where it's going to paint the next line. So it's tough to see, but
it's unbelievable.
Automatically now it goes to 100% paint. Now it's painting the line.
That is so funny. What's interesting is
a little closer if you want to see it.
What's really, really cool is that what I was amazed by is the robotic paint machine started doing, say, the corner kick area. And then it went all the way across the field to the other side when I watched it last year. And I asked the salesman, why is it doing that? And the machine is so smart that it knew that the tires would get wet paint on it. Right. So he decided, I call him a he, it's a robot. The robot decided to go on the other side of the field, start painting over there while the lines dried over here. I couldn't believe it. It's just so fabulous.
So it'll move around by itself every once in a while, Roger, and you get to a line that it wants to paint, and then it'll paint. And it does some setup as well. It has dimensional setups that are programmed in here that'll make just a slash to indicate where it is on the field.
Yep. So, and those park maintenance people, if you're interested in park maintenance like we are, you don't want to wear out the goal mouse all the time, right? So oftentimes you move fields about 6 to 10 feet to the left, 6 or 10 feet to the right. And that gives even wear and tear on turf. Well, what does this machine do with automatic robotic? You can go to a menu item and push a button, move all 4 fields 6 feet to the right, or move it 10 feet to the right. Yes, and it does it automatically. No more bring 4 guys out with string lines and levels and everything else and squares. This is all done robotically and scientifically. And I find it amazing. I hope you guys out there in TV land that are watching this are finding it as amazing as we do. But boy, Newington Parks and Recreation has moved into a whole new era, and we're leaders in grounds maintenance for sure. And we've got 13 of the greatest park staff ever, and headed up by Clay Pedigo, our park supervisor. And it's phenomenal. We're loving it. And Steve Tofeld is our foreman, and Eric is certainly our expert at painting, and he's always been a painter and does a great job with it. And he's moved in the futuristic look with this robotic paint machine. So we're happy. What is it doing right now, Eric? What's it?
Painting the big, large box,
Okay.
the 18-yard box.
All right.
Right, doing the side of it. And then it's going to go then it'll go to the next line that's most convenient for it. There's no rhyme, no reason for us, but it's AI. So it basically does what it thinks it's
Artificial intelligence.
Right.
That's what I need. Yeah.
I just need more intelligence.
This is something else. I guess 10 years ago, if you asked me in Parks and Recreation field that there'd be a robot painting fields, I'd say you were crazy. And now it's 2024 and we've got it. And it's just so exciting. And I just thought the residents and the taxpayers of Newington, they've asked so many questions about it. I thought they'd want to see it, and this makes it easy for them. So that's what we really considered. But it's wonderful. This is kind of neat. The machine is working. It's painting the fields. And what information does that tablet tell us? Like how long does it take to do the field, for instance?
It actually gives you a start time and a finish time. It started at 11:47 a.m. and it will finish at 12:22 and 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
Right at this point in time, it's 44% complete. There's 822 meters remaining of field that has to be painted, and we started off with a total of 1,464 meters of total painting area.
That is unbelievable. Holy cow. So information at our fingertips. I hope the kids that use these fields appreciate this machine as much as we do. It's really neat. And every time, we don't have to set these fields up at all. If it rains or we come out of a different season, spring or fall or summer, this computer, it saves all the dimensions of every single field in Newington in its memory bank, and all we have to do is press a button and get it started, fill it up with paint, and let's get going.
Exactly.
This thing is unbelievable. How ingenious. Whoever came up with this idea, fabulous.
Click a couple of spots on the iPad and boom, you're painting fields. So it's actually that simple.
Yeah.
Once you program it, so.
Eric, thanks so much for sharing this information. It's a lot of fun. I think our viewers are going to love to see this.
Very cool.
Are they using it day to day, Bill, or just on the initial?
No, every day.
Every day?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really something, and the best part is that it saves, like, say Emmanuel Christian has like 8 fields, small little soccer field. It just saves it so that you start the season, it remembers it. It's just phenomenal.
I love it. Oh, good.
Is it able to do the big N in the middle of the football field, or is that a different program?
No, same thing. We have certain images that we've burnt into the memory. We have not tried the N yet.
Yeah.
The salesman says you have to play around with it a little bit, so Eric's gonna try it in the fall.
Yeah, how long did it take the program?
Not that long,
Really?
a couple hours.
Is
To
GPS
do, I think we
GPS, or
did,
does it record, like, did Eric have to run off the field and you teach it where to go and all that kind of stuff?
no.
Measurements, right?
Yeah, it was total measurements.
Yeah.
And all you did was like GPS, right? You put a little machine, they had like a transmitter, I guess, in the corner, and then it figured it all out automatically. Yeah, it didn't take much at all. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's good stuff. And just so you guys know, we picked up yesterday, in New Hampshire, we picked up our ABI Force, which is a laser grader for softball and baseball. And I'm gonna do a video with that because that is amazing. You stick a tripod over second base and it sends to an arm, it sends a laser message and it moves the blade box up and down, left and right, and up and down and left and right to make a 0.05% grade. It's amazing what's happening. So Ben's gonna do that with us. He's our expert there. But they're just learning how to use that machine now.
Is that for the infield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so
Okay, any comments from the board? Anyone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Oh, there was no moment, right?
No.
Did someone make it? Yeah. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Don't argue. Bye, Tim.
Bye, Tim.
See ya. Have a good night, everyone.
You too.
Tell me when that's all.
Yeah, when it's off.